안녕하세요.
I am Mao.
I'm Justin.
And we are
Our
MJ. 사랑해요.
I love this signal that you actually have offered
Exactly.
to make up.
Justin, it's also a nice day for us to meet again, right?
I think so. I love to see your beautiful cherry bloomish, pinkish dress.
That's right, because as our audience can see, behind us it's called the cherry blossom, you see?
But is it just a cherry blossom?
I think it's a really giant cherry blossom, right?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. We call that cherry blossom in Korean 왕벚꽃.
왕벚꽃.
You know what wang is?
I think in Mandarin it's called 왕櫻花.
Yeah, well, you said it right.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Anybody who speaks Mandarin here will find out what we were talking about.
Yeah, they will just show up in 30 minutes. And by the way, Justin, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's your question, man?
How about your dress? Why do you wear this sports t-shirt today?
Oh, you know what's going on in the world now. I mean, in Tokyo, our neighborhood.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's a good point, Mao. Sounds like you're a good healthcare manager.
Sorry. Olympic, right? Tokyo Olympic, right?
Tokyo Olympics, and yeah,
So-
it's keep going on.
So why?
Because we wear this kind of dress
Yeah.
when there are international sports events, just like the Olympic or just like the World Cup. You know, this is actually from the World Cup T-shirts from back in 2014. Well,
Not 2002?
oh, you know about 2002 World
Yeah,
Cup?
the World Cup, right?
Okay, well, yeah, that is like the most miracle event in Korean soccer history that made to the semifinals for the first time. But thing is, we wish to see the same miracle in Tokyo Olympic as well as your Taiwanese team as well.
Well, as for Taiwanese, actually we just won the weightlifting, but I don't think we have the chance to make the soccer because we are not even in the Olympic. Yeah.
Who cares? I don't think Korea. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see. Well, we just made it to the quarterfinals, so we still have to see.
Let's back to the cherry blossom behind us. So, in my opinion, because I was a tour guide in Japan.
Yeah. You lived in Japan as a tour guide.
In my opinion, the color in Korea, I can say in Korea or only in Kyungju.
I think it's more like a southern Korean peninsula,
Ah,
including Kyungju.
okay. I would say this kind of cherry blossom, the color is much more beautiful than in Japan.
Really? How different?
I mean, like in Japan, sakura, we call it sakura, the cherry blossom. The color is more like the white color.
Oh yeah, that's very Japanese national flower thing.
Exactly.
Color, yeah.
So I think as for taking a photo, if you come to Gyeongju, it would be much better to take a photo.
I think you really pointed out a very important thing about this king cherry blossom, the Korean cherry blossom. It's pink, and they have a different blooming season. Oh, hey, Angela. Lee.
Yeah, Angela! Thank you for coming!
Hey, hello, Angela. Well, welcome to Cherry Blossom.
Yeah, she is living in Singapore now.
Oh, well.
So she must have interest in visiting the cherry blossom in Korea.
Okay, well, Mao about your Angela, your friend in Singapore.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for saying that, Angela. You are also my, how can I say?
What, soul friend? Hello, Angela.
Hey, hello, Angela. Okay, let's keep doing this.
Well, hello, Angela, and like how Mao dressed the cherry blossom pink dress, well, we were talking about this king cherry blossom, which is very famous in Kyungju, and I'm not sure you heard about this city named Kyungju.
Is it?
Well, but Angela says she would love to visit in Korea, but Mao, have you heard about this Kyungju before?
I think I know Kyungju because of you, because last time, you still remember, at the end you introduced Kyungju as the best historic site in Korea.
Yes, as a historian, it's the most exciting city to visit. If you're not a historian fan, well, this cherry blossom will give you pretty much big satisfaction.
And I believe Angela would be the great candidate to visit Kyungju because she also loves history, right, Angela?
Oh, well, I never heard. Can you introduce more about this?
Sure.
Well,
No
definitely, Angela. Well, I would love to talk about this city. If you ask me personally, what is your most favorite Korean city to travel? I always name Gyeongju on my first link because this city has the history of our ancient history. Just think about, the most historical city in China, for example. People would name out Xi'an.
Okay.
Or when you say historical city in Japan, they say Kyoto.
Yes, exactly. So
in Europe, they say Rome.
all right, I'm not a fan of Europe, but yeah.
That's what the Netflix, the
okay,
Wikipedia says.
So since we already talk about so many about history.
But yeah, Korea, it's Gyeongju. That's how symbolic that city is, because it was the capital city of one of our ancient kingdom named Shilla, which united Korea for the first time in our history.
Xinluo.
In Mandarin, it's Xinluo. Yeah, Xinluo. And Korean, it's Shilla. And if you ever seen the Korean history drama, Queen Sunduk, she was the queen of this kingdom.
Oh, so in Korea you also had the women.
The first
ruler.
Queen in our history.
Oh.
Maybe that's why Kyungju, it's pretty interesting. We found a lot of interesting history that actually never existed in Joseon dynasty.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about a lot when we talked about
Exactly.
in Seoul. Yeah. So in Gyeongju, well, we have so many historical artifacts still hiding underground.
Whoa. So we must be careful, right? If you visit Kyungju, we have to be careful.
Yeah.
Don't dig the ground, right?
Just imagine, yes. So that's why the entire city had designated as the national park.
Wow.
So you don't see many big buildings in Gyeongju. You see more natural site, historical site, like, the king cherry blossom flowers and all that. Well, actually, Gyeongju, the size of the city itself, it's much bigger than Seoul.
Oh, so Kyungju is actually bigger than Seoul, but it's designed to be the national park.
That's why we don't have that many population compared
Wow.
to the capital city, Seoul. Let me show you the map of Gyeongju, for example.
Yeah, I really wondering.
Yeah. So,
Wow, wait, Justin,
what?
super far.
Just if you take this bullet train,
Yeah.
which will save you from the zombie,
Okay.
KTX,
Okay.
this will take only less than 2 hours.
Wow, it's pretty close than I thought.
Yeah. And if you get there by a car, it will take roughly about 4 hours.
Whoa, it's just like the distance from Taipei to Tainan.
Is this the same distance then?
Yeah, I think it's not that far as I know.
Well, yeah, so that means it's not going to be too far to
Exactly.
travel. I mean,
Wow.
your favorite Mugunga train will be your best train
10 hours.
to take on. 10 hours.
I don't know.
Back in the medieval time, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So, want to visit Gyeongju? Well, there's your friend here again.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He looks like the character we have in the video.
The main character of the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, is there any like if we are like for me, I'm from Taiwan. If I want to go to Gyeongju, can I just take the international airport?
Well, actually, they don't have a direct flight to the airport in Gyeongju. You have to take a domestic flight.
Oh.
But I recommend. I heard there's a flight coming from Taiwan to Busan.
Oh.
And Busan, which is your favorite city.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only 1 hour distance
Oh.
from Busan to Gyeongju. It's very close.
Especially if you don't know the distance. Actually, you can just join our train.
Oh,
from
yes.
Seoul,
Yeah,
right?
from Seoul.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
will talk about those
Okay.
things and
So-
plans and all that.
I think it's time for us to take a look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we now have to enjoy the video. We'll be talking about the Gyeongju
Yep.
from now on. Hey, here's your friend again, Mr. Huang, is he?
Let's enter the video first and say hello to Huang Yinxin later.
Huang Yingxin, go.
Oh, Huang Yinxin. Oh, you still remember Huang Yinxin?
But you just said the name, so I just could assume.
Okay, actually, do you still remember? Last time you asked me how to say the beauty in Chinese, she was the one who asked the question. Nina,
Oh,
if you have the memory.
Nina,
Actually,
I remember Nina.
she cut the video. She trimmed the video of our part. They post on Instagram.
Thank you.
That part was super funny.
Thank you. Well, she thought maybe it was an interesting circus.
Now, do you still remember how to say beauty in Chinese?
May?
正妹.
Zhen Mei, yes.
Hey,
Mei.
正妹.
Hey, Zhen Mei. Nice to meet you, actually. And
Exactly.
now I'd like to show you the Zhen Mei Buddhist temple in
Okay,
Korea.
Zhen Mei has to go to this temple for sure. Angela, you have to go as well. You're also Zhen Mei. So,
Yeah.
how about this temple? What's the special part about this temple?
Just gonna say one word. the mandatory school field trip for every Korean.
Oh.
Every generation, seriously. Grandparents to kids, everybody went to this temple on their school field trip.
Wow. Wow, it's pretty huge than I thought.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was much bigger before it was destroyed in the Imjin War, the Japanese invasion. But they were reconstructed, and now they still have many valuable historical assets.
Wow.
And the relics. And look at this garden here. They revived the heaven of Buddha, or Buddhism. That's why we named this temple Bulguksa, means Buddhist country temple.
Buddhist country temple.
Now imagine you're dead.
Okay.
You're walking through this pond.
Okay.
Now you're walking to the world of heaven in Buddhist term. That's how you understand this temple here. And now you have to cross a bridge. That bridge will divide the world of alive and dead.
Ah. Do you know that in Chinese culture you have to drink something like water before you cross the bridge?
Well, does it qualify you to enter the world?
So actually that water means if you drink it all, you will lose every memory you have for your life.
Oh, yeah. So it has to do with some incarnation.
I think so.
I think they have different perspective this time. I think it's a bit similar to Buddhist culture, but here you're being qualified through these 4 guardians.
Oh.
And if you hadn't finished your karma, you have to reincarnate it. You have to go back.
Oh, you have to go back?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you had finished all your karma, you're not going to be reincarnated. You're allowed to go through. Now you're actually in heaven.
Okay, I'm now in heaven.
We're in heaven.
Yeah, she just mentioned let's call Mengpo Tang.
Mengpo Tang.
But maybe Nina, you can help us to find the English translations of Mengpo Tang.
Mengpo Tang, well, maybe it freshes up our memories. Well, it happens when you drink soju all day.
all right, I got it.
Yeah. Well, that's like, okay, that's interesting history. Must be, that is the entrance of the Bulguksa Temple.
Wow.
Many people will question, okay, what is the difference? What makes this temple so remarkable?
Exactly. Every Korean has been there, right?
Yeah.
Including you?
Myself as well.
Okay.
Since I have been working as a tour guide.
Yes, exactly. So what's special about this temple?
First, you see all those artifacts and stuff.
Yep.
Just like you said, when you were in Japan, there's the Shinto belief. They had some kind of tool that protect yourself, like a charm.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
they sell those kind of Buddhist charm, which shows the culture of Korea.
Okay.
Buddhist culture. You can find a good bracelet or necklaces.
And the spoons over there.
The spoon, which are used in Buddhist term.
Oh, what is this?
Just like what you saw in Shinto temple. We donate the money and we write messages in the roof. So let me say that's kiwa.
Kiwa.
Yeah. They use that on the roof tiles. So they get your donation and they make your wish come true.
Wow.
By putting that kiwa on the roof tiles.
So they will use this roof tile to create another houses?
Actually, they had to replace kiwa every year.
That's really good. So it's like you create this temple by yourself as well. You donate some part of you.
Actually, they use that kiwa on other Buddhist buildings because it's too historical.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But think about it. Those buildings, the wooden buildings on top, they had to be rebuilt because of the war.
Oh.
The wood building can be burned. But look at that stone buildings. That's what you guys have to pay attention when you travel here.
Okay.
So in Rome, they use marbles to build something.
Okay.
When you travel to Europe, you see many marble buildings. But in Korea, you see this stone. Do you remember the name of the stone?
We have done this rehearsal for several times, right?
I think you know that in Mandarin, obviously.
Yeah. 花岗岩.
In English, granite. As you can see, the granite is not a friendly material to build something.
Yeah, usually, actually, as for my knowledge, granite?
Granite? Yeah.
It's usually like for a decoration of the toilet.
Something like that.
Yeah, okay, like the floor, but now you do it to create your temple?
Yes, with this temple. And that pagodas, which made the entire temple as one of the UNESCO World Heritages.
Wow.
The Nihao Bridge, the Mung Po Soup. Thank you. Well.
Oh, Actually, just directly translated from Chinese, right?
Yeah, well, no, I love it because I'm also learning Mandarin nowadays.
Good,
so
good.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, Jianmei, thank you.
Jianmei, yes. Okay, back to our Jianmei temple.
Okay.
So, when you put your donation tag, you can put your name tag on that lotus flower.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that lotus flower mean to the Korean Buddhist? Also, the Buddhist in other countries. It's the symbolic thing in Buddhism.
Okay.
Means of purity. You know, enlighten.
Oh, to purify, to lighten your life.
Something like that.
Okay.
You know, and just look at that Buddhist temple and this pagoda.
Oh, because of this pagoda, this temple became national-wide famous, right?
It was actually on our money too.
Oh?
Yeah. Now it's gone, but there's a 10-1 tiny
10-1.
coin. They put that pagoda as
On
the
it?
symbolic logo. And obviously made by granite stones.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Can I mention something else?
Which one?
Like actually in Japan, they also have 10 yen. And besides 10 yen, there's also a temple.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
called Byodoi, 平等院. So I think it's really cool to put some
Historical thing.
building
Building.
in front or behind your coins. Wow.
So yeah, anything that's put on your money or currency that tells how historical that place is. I think the same knowledge applies to this temple.
Exactly.
Many architectures or many granite used stone pagodas. All the walls, each point has their unique and historical point. So I strongly recommend you to visit this temple when you travel to Kyungju.
And I remember as you mentioned, these kind of stones are a bit hard to decorate, to be built. So during that period was called Shilla, right?
Yeah, Shilla.
So
yeah.
they had many good
Yes, they were just professional.
architecture something.
Yeah, just think about that pagodas there. That's why UNESCO was so impressed because none other Buddhist relics with that type of pagodas were made or built with granite.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So that's why it gave a remarkable point on this temple. Now it's one of our UNESCO World Heritages that people are so proud of. So I strongly recommend you to visit this temple.
Exactly.
For mandatory.
Exactly. Since every Korean has been here, you must have been there as well, right?
Yeah, but they would not have any happy memories about being here because they wouldn't remember.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe there was no much explanation to the kids in Korea,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think they had much stories to be heard.
And one thing I'm really curious, sorry, like I know like maybe 30 to 40% of Korean are Christian, right?
Yes.
So whoever they visit this temple, is okay for him to visit?
Well, I think they see temple more historical site than religious spot. So I think it's a school field trip. So I don't think they really care about it.
All right. Because I was afraid that the parents may be like, oh, why you let my kids visit the temple?
Oh, don't worry. We don't think we had a religious war.
Okay.
We had more like a ideological war with North Korea.
Okay. Understand. Well.
Hey, we gotta pay attention to this, I guess.
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
Everyone pay attention. Okay?
The king cherry blossom. Here we go. Do you know the cherry blooming season in Korea?
April.
Oh, right. If we are lucky, we can see them at the end of March.
At the end of March. Oh, it's really similar with Japan.
But as you experience in Japan, that can be changed based on the weather.
Exactly.
Same problem happens when you are coming here to see the cherry blossom to visit Korea. You thought it was the right season, but sometimes you never see any blooming.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's all gone.
But don't worry, our tour will just provide it with the best timing to visit the cherry blossom in Kyungju.
And do you know why? How is that possible?
Because of the weather report.
Oh, that's one of the things. Maybe we have a shaman to tell your future the weather.
Oh, like last time?
But
okay.
But I hadn't tell you the classified the secret.
Yeah.
That king cherry blossom, they bloom 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later
than regular cherry blossoms.
Oh yeah, it's a different kind of the cherry blossom, the king cherry blossom.
It's a bit different.
Oh, that must be easy to distinguish, right? Because if it's later than the normal cherry blossom, I think it's easier for us to tell the right timing.
Yeah, as Healy says, why I like this king cherry blossom looks so different from the white one.
Exactly. I guess must have been to Japan before because the cherry blossom in Japan is much whiter.
Yeah, here we go. Well, Japanese natural flower cherry blossom, sakura, you say. But Korea, we have this king cherry,
Wow.
and blooms 2 weeks later than the regular white cherry blossom, and you will be able to enjoy this blossom for 2 weeks longer. So, just imagine if you miss your season to visit cherry blossom, because of the weather circumstances.
Yes.
You should come to Gyeongju to enjoy the king cherry.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this king cherry, you'll find them from the surroundings of our historical temples.
Oh. Yeah. So the temple we just visited, there are some king cherry blossoms surrounded.
They have the surroundings.
Wow. So it's really good. I mean, if you join a tour, you can visit both temples and the king cherry blossom.
Yes, so that's why we recommend both. You're never going to miss this.
By the way, can we have a picnic under these cherry blossom trees?
If the COVID-19 is over, yes.
Okay, I understand. Or you have to leave before 6 p.m.
Right now, yeah, it's pretty sad. Well,
exactly. Wow.
But just look at that area. There's a lot of shops too. They're selling snacks and souvenirs. Look, people are just sitting around. That film was taken in this April, so it was not technically COVID-19 still existed.
Exactly.
But people still there, and there are shops. People buy snacks.
What kind of snacks they usually sell besides the cherry blossom trees? I just wondering, is it just the normal stuff like a hot dog?
Hot dog is normal one. Should I say one very shocking thing?
Well, sure, of course. That's why we are here today, right? To hear some shocking facts.
You know what silkworm is?
wait. Are you serious?
Oh,
you grilled it?
They're already dead. They're already deep in the soup.
wait. So, is it a tradition?
Kind of. It's we use them to make silk, and there's a leftover. They're dead bodies.
Okay.
They make it, and if you don't think as a silkworm, it tastes pretty good.
All right. So usually, as for Korean, the tradition is to drink the soup with a silkworm.
Yeah.
Under the cherry blossom trees.
Not specifically under the cherry blossom tree, but it had been a very famous snacking. For
how was the taste? I guess the audience must be wondering how's the taste.
It's hard to tell really. It's
sweet, sour, salty.
No, it's not.
Disgusting.
You'll think it's disgusting if you know what's in there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it tastes like a bit sweet.
Okay.
A bit sweet, but it's pretty good.
I think if we have chance, we definitely have to try.
Yeah, but if you don't like that silkworm snack, you should come to this Hwangnidan-gil.
Oh, so
it's the name of a street.
Oh, it's the name of the street. Thank you. I thought it's really hard to just tell the meaning from the English of the Korean.
Obviously, because it's not really.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really Korean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if you think it's hard to remember the name of the street, just remember it as how symbolic that street is for young tourists who are visiting here. This is the street for the young tourists who like to have a fancy coffee, good restaurant, and some cultures that young people can have fun with selfie. There's a photo zone. And
I've noticed that the height of these buildings are not really tall, right? It's just like 1 or 1.5 floor tall.
Well, yeah, because of the regulation that actually adopted to the city back in 1970.
The national park.
Yeah, when you want to build some fancy buildings in Kyungju, but when you dig the site, if you find any single historical artifact,
you will be the rich person.
Not really, actually. You have to send that
territory. Or send to overseas. Okay, just kidding. Don't do that.
Well, that was a long time ago. Okay. Well, yeah, but if you have an idea to do it.
So because of that reason, the buildings were all limited, restricted.
Yeah, also, the city couldn't develop.
Oh, yeah.
The population, young people left the city to find a job. So actually, this street was used to be abandoned village.
Oh, it was abandoned. I cannot tell. You see, so many people around there.
Yeah, so this street was kind of renovated around 1990s.
Because of
The tourist.
the tourist, okay.
You know, some people who want to rebuild their
Yep.
towns, they found out there's beautiful Korean traditional houses,
Oh,
Hanok,
yeah.
and they wanted to adopt some new fancy trendy cultures.
Mm.
So as Chosta says, there are a lot of delicious food.
Just us brother.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was his brother. Well,
Yeah.
sorry, Chosta's brother. And look how your brother's doing up here.
Okay, I don't know.
He
Anyway.
had been curious about his fortune telling.
Oh. Oh, wait.
So this is the idea of the Korean medicine
Oh.
shop, traditional abbey shop, and they also run the fortune telling.
So may I know? It's a hard question. Is the explanation written in English, Korean, only Korean?
Koreans.
All right, got it. We need someone to translate. Okay.
There will be some good Google translator in the future someday. Well,
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So I really cannot tell that you say in the past it was abandoned, but nowadays it's so crowded and the young generation are over there.
so it's kind of showing us a good trend how you can actually revive abandoned countryside to a famous
To redevelop, right?
tourist spot. Yeah, something like that one. So actually people come down to that area and have fun and have food
Oh.
and some guest house experience.
May I know what's the most significant food in Gyeongju? Is there anyone?
Well,
Or some
unfortunately, honestly,
Yep.
we don't have it in
Oh.
Gyeongju. Maybe because they have a history of being true abandoned, massive abandoned history in 13th century.
Understand.
You know who did it?
조선시대?
No. Chosun is always Japanese, but this time it's not Japanese who destroyed the city.
Actually, I know because you told me Mongolia.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah, Genghis Khan.
So Korea had a war with Mongols for 60 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so, so the Jummei says that my favorite food.
Yeah, I really don't know which food is her favorite, right?
Well, I don't think she's talking about Mongolia as her food.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly. But don't worry, I guess later on we will go back to the food part again, right?
Yeah, I think what she meant is she loves food. Don't you think? I think.
Oh
yes.
yeah. Zhenmei, you can text. I mean, you can become friends with Justin. He just
Sure.
read your mind.
Yeah, Jummei, please come and make a good friend
Oh.
in Kyungju. Yeah, sure.
Join the tour and you can meet Justin.
Oh yeah, here we go. Well, yeah, I'll give her discount.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and look at that traditional house, Hanok.
Yeah, we have seen many Korean traditional house.
Yeah, but you know, in Seoul, most of them are gone technically. Most of them.
Yep.
Yeah, but in Gyeongju, which is a far countryside, they still want to preserve that tradition. Yeah. Yes, I love food. Jummei,
You know me.
You know me. I think I know you. Yeah, I think I've seen you in my past life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
See that kind of like old-fashioned houses had turned into a coffee shop.
Exactly. There are so many coffee shops in Korea, I would say.
They have to survive from their
Yeah.
long working hours.
But I have to say the coffee shops in Korea are really well designed and decorated.
Yeah, I think now they have transformed them into some kind of cultural places.
Exactly.
Hey, Jummei, must be your favorite part.
Okay, what's this? I remember this part is pretty short.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Oh,
okay.
this one. 10 won bread.
10 won bread.
It's an old Korean coin, 10 won.
Besides,
They made that as a bread. And look at that, the pagoda. We've
the
seen
pagoda.
that from
Yeah,
that
we just saw
Bulguksa
it.
Temple.
Oh.
So, and that one is a fish cake, chewy fish cake.
Not French fries, right? It's fish cake, chewy
Yeah.
fish cake.
Well, unfortunately, it's not a French fries, but
we
it's
want to eat.
yeah, fish cake flavor.
I
Yeah.
remember we did some research saying that have the cheese flavor, right?
Yes, they do. And look,
Well,
mochi,
okay. After salty, we comes the sweet part.
the sweet part, and could be cool.
Yeah.
Could be
wow.
cool too. And Korean rice cake too.
Yeah, kiwi, strawberry. I really
Strawberry?
suggest the strawberry in Korea. So much better than Taiwan. So sweet, so
Really?
good. Yeah, especially tanghuru. Oh.
Tanghuru. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I thought that was more like your culture thing.
No, you made better than
Oh,
us.
seriously?
But jjajangmyeon, I don't.
Oh well, the first generation. Yeah. So that's. Oh, I think I'm gonna like that too.
Exactly.
Mochi.
Wow.
I think Chosta loved that too. He picked that as his favorite.
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
when
He
was
chose the
in Hongdae.
strawberry.
Yeah.
He
You
also
know,
read my mind.
I love the rice cake with the red bean flavor in it. That's very typical Korean rice cake.
So, when do you Korean usually eat dog? In the morning? I know before the test. Yeah, before the test.
Traditionally, in the national holidays.
National holidays.
You know, like Thanksgiving and the Jummei mouse is watering. Well, I think it's almost dinner time in Taiwan too.
Yeah. Okay. It's a May. If I'm going back to Taiwan this year,
Yeah.
I may bring some snacks. Okay. I may bring some snacks. Okay.
Jummei, you should come. I mean, I'll get you some snack too.
Okay. I will. Okay. So how about this part?
The bread. Well, you know what? Back in 1970, this
Yep.
was the most wanted snack for the people of Kyungju.
Why?
Because Korea was a rice-eating country.
Yeah. And noodle.
Bread was exotic food.
Ah.
This is a bread made of the barley, the wheat. I don't know how to say it in Mandarin, but you know.
My.
Okay. This is still popular snack in Korea.
Because in the past it's a bit hard to have the bread, so it considers the high quality food.
So when you ask grandparents sometime,
Yep.
do you want some snack, grandparents? Then they say, do you
Give-
have bread with red bean?
Okay, got it. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So it's very traditional Korean snacking.
Wow.
Yeah, bread cultures. It started in Gyeongju around 1970s.
Yeah, I envy this main character.
Yeah.
He always eat.
And Hwangnidan Gil, this is the scenery.
Oh, this overview is amazing,
Yeah.
astonishing.
I think I flew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with drone. I think I was
You
on the
flew
top of the
it?
drone. No, just kidding.
Oh, you were in the sky.
On the Google map.
Oh, on the Google map. Okay, got it. But I think it's really good. I have to say the government designed the whole area with some limitation of the buildings. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's a good renovated things to promote the cultural tourism, because around that Hwangnidan-gil there's a beautiful historical site like this one, Cheomseongdae Observatory. I know it's hard to pronounce for you.
观星台
Thank you. Yes.
to observe the stars, right?
Yes. And do you know why people built observatory to read star? You know, back in ancient time.
Yeah, I was wondering why do they want to take a look at the star? Why?
First, think about it. Back in ancient time, people farm,
Yep.
and somebody has to tell you the weather.
Yeah, and the season.
Yeah. And who can do that?
God.
The god. And who talks with the god?
Me.
Oh, well.
Okay,
I didn't know you were the king.
Yeah, I was the key. You just don't know.
In the past life, or my Nintendo computer game.
So actually, it was the king talk to the sky.
That's how actually the ruler
Yeah.
tried to be powerful to their people. That I talk with the sky. That's why observatory was very important. But this observatory was built by one of the person I told you before, the first queen of Korea,
武则天.
the Queen Sunda.
Okay.
Wu Zetian is the Chinese.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Oh, you know it. You
Yeah,
got my
yeah.
point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it can, okay.
So
hello,
this-
mister.
This is the one she made.
Actually, her person did. And do you know the purpose of this construction is? She wanted to show their people that, you know, I'm a woman, but who cares?
Oh yeah.
I still talk with the sky. And I'm your queen, you listen.
Ah.
And she found the fundamental of the unification of three kingdoms.
Yes.
Yeah, because two generations later, Korea got unified by this kingdom, Silla.
So it's more like to stabilize her power.
That's what her achievement was. Yeah, so you know, back in that time, they didn't respect the women ruler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, in Asia usually.
Yeah, traditionally. So it was the symbol thing that people saw
Yeah.
as the power of that monarchy of Silla.
So you just keep it until today, never get destroyed.
That's why we put this Cheomseongdae as the most valuable historical artifact.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Those historical sites down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what those are?
Oh, I know. The camels.
Oh.
Camels. Right?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the answer right away. It's a grave site
Graveside. Whoa.
where the nobles and the royal family were buried. But it also tells a very interesting history
Yep.
with the Korean people and the people of Hanok.
Hanix?
I think in Mandarin they call it Shongnu.
Ah, Shongnu.
Yeah, the Hans.
Oh, the Hans. Ah,
Yes.
the Hans.
The most popular family in Korea? Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un.
Kim is the most common family name in Korea.
Oh, yeah.
And Kim was the royal family of Silla.
Okay.
And we suspect their origin was actually the Hanok people.
Because of the grave?
Yeah, what they left in this city.
Oh.
Like that grave culture, or their golden crown and accessories, and their weapons and their culture, we found a lot of similarities with the culture in the Central Asia.
Oh. Yeah, I remember this kind of grave also was seen in the Middle Asia.
Yeah, like Hans built it, Sweden built it,
Yeah.
and the Scythia built it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and T.Y. Shaw must be your friend too.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Hey, come on, bro. Where's your friend?
LOL. I don't have friends.
Hey, T.Y., thank you for coming. T.Y., thank you for coming. We are just mentioning about Kyungju.
Yes.
Qingzhou.
Qingzhou, yes.
Qingzhou, exactly.
And now this is the location of the royal palace of Gyeongju.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yes. But now we're down to the Bomun Ho Lake.
What does Bomun Lake mean?
Okay, honestly, Bomun Ho was a name of reservoir.
Ah, reservoir.
The people were restored water for
Okay.
agriculture. But back in 1970, the entire city had designated as the national park,
Yes.
and the government kind of gave a designation to build this city as a tourist city.
Oh.
So they turned this reservoir to a lake.
Alright, like some amusement park.
Yeah.
A resort.
The place where you can enjoy the water activities.
So as like TY have said, he loves Korea, and if you love Korea, maybe you can bring your girlfriend. I just noticed that you have a girlfriend, right?
Korean girlfriend?
Well, he can change.
Well, welcome TY. I think you should come to Korea definitely, not north, south.
Come here, Kyungju. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you love history, definitely Gyeongju is the most recommended place. And Bomun Ho Lake is the place where you have a lot of hotels to stay.
No, that's much better, right, TY?
Yeah, here we go. Well, TY doesn't have girlfriend, she says. Well,
I guess he's saying he doesn't have Korean friend.
Oh, okay. Well, then I think you should come and find some random
Exactly.
good Korean girlfriend someday
Exactly,
in the future.
exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't give you any recommendation. I don't have one too, but
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So there's a park in that lake. It's a pretty good place to walk around in the nighttime.
Exactly. I guess it's not really far from the center, is it?
Not too far, but it's like the center of a tourist spot.
Okay.
Hotels, the amusement park, and the convention center. They even have like movie theaters and stuff.
Oh, so actually you can have everything in this resort, right? The night view, the conventional center.
Yeah. Technically
museum.
around that area. They even have the hotel Hilton. The Hilton hotels here too. They got pretty good fancy hotels located in Gyeongju.
So how about, do they have a concert for girls' generation, like Tiwa has said?
Well, I think he's my generation, isn't he?
Hey, I guess so. Yeah. I guess so.
Normally girls' generation. That was mine when I was. Yeah, I love them too. Just I'm not sure they're still inactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more like what Blackpink.
Blackpink. Yeah.
BTS,
Twice.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Well, it's okay, man. I think we were the same generation, TY, so I'm happy to.
I'm also close.
Yeah. No, girls' generation is cool. No, I love them too. Yeah. Hopefully in the future someday.
All right. Good. Oh, so this is the overview of the resort, right?
Yeah, the lake area. As you can see, there's like convention center, the
Whoa.
bridge, the cross. Yeah, it's beautiful in the nighttime when the light turns on.
The bridge must be pretty, especially in the nighttime. Wow.
It's beautiful to walk around as a activity, and yeah, your hotel surroundings. Sometimes your hotel has the lake view.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place to stay in. They're always in my mind. No worry, okay, Tiwa. Yeah. No, I think we still do.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I just saw the ranking. Like recently, the girls pop group, the ranking of the girls pop group.
Yeah, well.
Like girls' generation is like 70 or something.
Oh well. Okay. Well, let's go back to our. Let's go back to our Kyungju boring historical city town.
Got it.
Okay, I'll never say boring again,
Yeah.
but yeah. This bridge here.
Is there any like Korean drama who comes over here to take the shot?
Well, some areas, but not in this area
Okay,
in particular.
got it.
But yeah,
Because
but
we have introduced so many bridges with drama.
well, yeah, but it could be. There's
Yeah, it
there
could be.
so many hidden like film
Yeah,
locations
exactly.
for the K-dramas and stuff. Yeah, well, that's a amusement park.
No
down
worry,
there.
TY, you can change your group now.
Yeah, well, yeah, sometime.
Justin, I can feel you're speechless.
Oh yeah. But I thought you were one of us too. But okay.
Oh yeah, exactly. Wow. So is there any like cherry blossom that we can witness in this resort?
That's the point.
Yeah.
They actually cherry blossom bloom in this lake.
Oh. Wow. So within a resort, you can sleep, you can drink, you can eat, you can enjoy the show, you can even enjoy the blossom, cherry blossom.
And the water activity like that.
Oh,
too.
and also the water activity.
And the amusement park. Look, there's an amusement
Oh
park
yeah.
down there.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a fun place to be around.
Have you ever been there before?
For the last 8 years as a tour guide.
So usually you will stay over there one night?
Yes.
Oh.
And I love the breakfast in the hotel.
What kind of breakfast? Don't tell me kimchi, okay?
Well, kimchi, I have it at home all the time.
Okay, so
I
what kind of
probably
breakfast do they have?
They have buffet. It wasn't free, so I enjoyed it a lot.
Understand. Totally
Oh,
understand.
wait. The night tour in Gyeongju, I'm never going to skip this place.
Alright, so
Donggung
Palace.
Palace and Warji Pond. I know it's hard to remember for you guys. I'm just going to minimize the symbol of place here. It was the garden for the royal family of Shilla.
with the pond.
The pond as well. So, if you speak Mandarin, you might be able to assume the meaning of Warji.
月池，
Yeah.
月亮的月，池塘的池。
The moon pond.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
moon
that means.
pond, exactly. And Donggun is actually 东宫，东
The
边的
East
宫。
Palace.
Yeah, the East
Oh,
Palace.
yeah. I think you explained the most of things here.
Oh, appreciate. That's my mother language. My dream is to use my mother language every day.
That is good stuff. No,
Yeah.
that's good. Actually,
yeah, thanks, bro.
everybody wants to speak Chinese too, as a fluent Chinese.
Exactly.
Um,
I didn't know that. As for the temple, is this a temple? The palace, right?
actually, it was a pond.
Okay.
Just think about it. The building,
Okay.
now they have like a museum
Yes.
thing, but at that time they have fun, party,
Oh.
sitting under the pavilion,
Okay.
watching that pond.
Oh.
There's a myth in that pond. There's numerous animals, many numerous animals.
So it's just like a villa for the royal family.
Back in that time,
Back in Shilla.
Shilla.
Silla, sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know Shilla?
Same. It's a hotel.
Okay.
It's the name of a hotel too.
Have you ever played a game called Final Fantasy 7? I guess most of the Western people know.
Okay, well, yes.
You don't know that, right?
Sorry, I'm not that generation.
No worry. Because the enemy company is called Shilla. Shilla. Okay, no worry.
No, it's fine. I found your generation roughly, so.
Good.
Okay, well, so if you visit this pond,
Yeah.
and you can walk around the forest. There's a forest across the pond, right?
Oh.
It's beautiful to walk around.
Exactly. I found that there are so many places that are really suitable for the couples to visit in Korea.
Oh, well, which made you very unhappy, mostly.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm really unhappy recently, to be honest. There are so many couples, and the scenery, the spot, most of the time is designed for family, the
Okay.
couples. Yeah. Okay.
So TY says he's in the same generation as me. So does that mean TY is also not happy to see many couples walking around in Korean
I
street?
guess TY should be fine. He has a girlfriend. Yeah, he's good.
But TY just says he doesn't have. Oh, okay.
I guess
never
he's
mind.
just meaning we are in the same age, around the same age. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, we'll find out the true story later on. That's
Yeah, sure.
interesting.
I will give you his profile.
Yeah, sure. That'll be great. I hope him to share his see, I told you. He keeps saying he doesn't have one.
Oh, you say you don't have one? Okay.
I mean, he's your friend. I mean, I thought you knew.
All right, I didn't know that. Okay, Korean. Okay, got it.
Yeah, well, actually, there could have been many couples in this pond anyway.
Exactly.
Having fun.
It's really beautiful. Seriously. Whoa, the light.
Yeah. You really have to visit here in the nighttime, definitely, because when the light turns on, it shows its unique, interesting landmark point of view.
But as you have mentioned, Justin, you mentioned that Kyungju is even bigger than Seoul itself, right?
Yes, the scale of the city itself.
So where is this Tonggu Palace and World Jipang? Is it far away from the rest of the tourist places?
It's actually very central.
Oh, very central as well.
It's because it's very close to the royal palace.
Ah, that's really good.
Obviously, it's gone, but the Cheomseongdae observatory built by the Queen Sunduk, it's kind of dense. It's kind of condensed in that area, historical region, and we saw a lot of gravesite as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that all belongs to the royal family, so it shouldn't be that far, right?
Yeah, but you know what? This time I really have to blame the Mongolians because we still have no idea.
Yeah, what happened?
How the city actually looked.
Oh, yeah, because Mongolians just destroyed everything.
Yeah, it was a 1 million population city, but they were just destroyed by the war. So, but maybe we'll ask the Mongolian later when we are dead.
Exactly.
Meet them in the Buddhist temple.
After Mongolian, it was Shilla to take over it.
Actually, when Mongol invaded Korea, it was the era of Koryo dynasty.
Okay, Koryo dynasty.
Silla was already gone.
Okay, so Koryo dynasty didn't do anything to Gyeongju?
Well, their government already ran away to an island, Ganghwa. It's in Incheon.
Okay. Ganghwa, I know it.
Yeah, you know where that island
Japan invaded it, and that's why you opened the harbor.
Actually, they invaded everywhere. So
they just like you.
Yeah, so the government didn't do anything about it. They couldn't do anything about it because the Mongol was too strong. So many people had to suffer. Yes, and the Mongol thought if we destroy the city, the government might come out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for negotiation.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So now it's pretty sad. It's a sad part of our history. Many relics are gone and rebuilt.
Yeah, no worry. I mean, even not because of the war, maybe one day because of a fire, the typhoon. I guess there's no typhoon here, right?
We do.
Okay, something like. Wait, we just changed to the bridge.
Yeah, we learned many history. Thank you, Healy. This bridge was also destroyed too.
So this is like newly renovated?
They were actually newly constructed a few years ago.
Oh wait, just a few years ago?
A few years ago.
Okay.
But we actually had the historical data that this kind of bridge existed in this stream.
Oh, so it's just totally the same pattern, the same design.
Yes. Not exactly the same with the paintings.
Yeah.
Because we don't really know what kind of paintings the people Silla used.
Exactly.
We don't have pictures or we don't have official.
But
data.
the shape itself must be the same, right?
Yeah. The engineering.
Okay.
Ideas.
That's really good.
Yes. Well, I think we talked enough about the city Gyeongju with the king cherry blossom and all that.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
So
honestly, I have one personal questions to Mao.
Okay. All right. Wait.
I mean, you travel a lot, and you've been to Kyoto, and you've been to other historical cities in the world.
Yeah.
And how do you think about this city Gyeongju? Your personal impressions.
So actually, my first impression is actually the policy that Korea government made.
The national park rule.
Yeah. The national park rule really impressed me because usually if you visit an ancient place, of course, like Kyoto, they also have the restriction about the height of the building.
Okay. They have the same rule.
Yeah, and what kind of building you are going to make. But how to say it? Kyungju is more like a bit new ancient city. I don't know if you can get my meaning. Like it's ancient. There's some many history, but whenever you visit, because of the street, maybe because
the
of
modern
street.
The modern street.
So I can see the modern and the ancient within a
combination.
Yeah, the combination.
I think it's pretty much the same feeling we got in Bukchon Hanok village in Seoul.
Yeah, exactly.
People what they say about I think that's the most common thing that we find from Korean historical site.
Yeah.
You always feel the combination of history
Yes.
and the modern.
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah, Gyeongju has exactly the similar point to that. Yeah, but the cherry blossom thing,
Yeah.
the king cherry, I think that is one of the unique point that you would like to remember if you're not a big history fan.
Exactly, because even maybe you are not a super fan of history, but you can still enjoy the beautiful scenery by seeing this king cherry blossom.
Yeah, king cherry, and it's pink.
Yeah.
Like Mao, Mao's dress.
Well, yeah, actually I'm wearing pink, but it's hard to tell. It looks like gray.
Oh well, yeah, because of that color.
Yeah,
Well,
but no worry, no worry.
yeah. So Gyeongju also has a lot of interesting activities to participate
Yeah.
other than historical site. Like the Hwangnidan Street,
Yeah.
where all those coffee shops and good street food were located.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's a national park, so they still preserve many beautiful natural locations. The mountains.
So besides the theme park,
yeah,
playing
yeah.
park, you can even enjoy the food
And yeah.
and the silkworm soup.
Well, do you want to try that tonight?
I really want to try it. Does it only in Gyeongju?
No,
or
actually,
everywhere?
they used to sell that in Myeongdong.
Oh, is
too.
it?
That the Myeongdong, they have like street where they
Yeah.
have massive street food.
The street food over there?
Yeah, well, but
I didn't know that. Because of COVID, right?
yeah, most of the shops are closed now.
Oh.
But they used to have one. I think I saw that in Myeongdong as well.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go before I leave Korea.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if our audience want to join us, like today we have done us for the online tour, do we have the schedule to show them?
Well, we have the tour itinerary. We would like to introduce from the TK Travel.
Yes.
Here we go. We named this the King Cherry Blossom Tour.
Oh, so definitely we will visit King Cherry Blossom for sure. So you don't need to worry about the timing because we will take care everything.
Yeah, it must be around April, we believe.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
we start from Seoul. Hongdae Station is
Yeah.
in Seoul, and Paeon Station is also in Seoul.
Yes,
Then we drive roughly about 3 to 4 hours.
exactly. To the Bulguksa Temple.
Okay, Terra sounded very Japanese.
Yeah,
but-
Tela is Japanese. Tela is Japanese. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No one really cares, but we know that temple, so who cares?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember you told us, right? Besides the temple, there are the cherry blossom, right? King cherry blossom.
Yeah, TY. Yeah, we hope to be the next April.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
COVID-19 is all
Yes.
settled.
So if you have a girlfriend at that time, join this tour
Well, but he said he
with a
doesn't.
discount.
Oh, we would like to. Yeah, hey, Angela, you also welcome to be
Yeah,
here in the
exactly.
next April.
Hey, seriously, yeah. He's a really good friend.
Yeah,
I will
sure.
give you his contact later.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's add friend and let's hope the COVID-19
Yeah, exactly.
to be settled first.
Exactly.
Yes.
So after the temple, we went to the
How do you name it?
Cheomsongdae.
Yeah, way to go, Mao. This time you said it correct. Yes. TY says I want to have a Korean girlfriend, so he doesn't have girlfriends.
Okay, got it.
Okay, well, so sure. So TY is actually a friend of Mao because I think Mao had been repeating the same thing. He
Yeah,
loves
exactly.
travel alone.
Actually, yeah, me and TY just get familiar with each other maybe like 1 week ago.
No, I get that. That's a friend thing.
Yeah,
The friends
that's really
have
good.
a lot of common things.
Okay,
you
so
know.
TY, take care. We are going to the lunchtime. So during lunchtime, you can have some talk with the Korean girls on the street if you want.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna ask the phone number. Okay, well,
Okay.
that'll be brave action.
All right. And the last part, we will go to the lake, right?
Yeah, but before the lake, we stopped at Hwangnidan for lunch.
Yeah, with a girl. Oh, no, just
Well, normally with a girl it'll be fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, but sometimes if you're being alone, you get all the food.
Yeah.
So everything has its pros and cons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we will head to the lake, right?
Yeah, you remember the lake, obviously.
Yeah, but I don't know how to pronounce the previous part.
Bomun.
Bomun Lake.
Bomun.
Bomun Lake.
Yeah. And Ho is a lake in Korean. I think it's similar in Mandarin too.
Huh?
Yeah, you know the red cliff in Three Kingdoms?
No.
Oh, you don't know your Three Kingdom history?
I know it. I know it.
You know the red clip?
Red clip? What does red clip mean?
You know the Zhuge Liang guy?
Yeah.
He destroyed Cao Cao.
Yeah.
With a Wu.
Ah.
The naval battle.
Ah.
The red clip.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they used that hole also in their lake too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like Paiyang Ho or something.
Paiyang or something.
Yeah. So okay, sorry. Back to boring history lesson.
Okay, no worry.
And after we have fun in Bomun Lake, and we drive to Myeongdong.
Yes.
Yeah, and not only we wish you to see in next April, through this tour.
Yes.
And also personally in Seoul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have time to visit Seoul, visit Korea next year, I would say, because I'm also the person who witnessed the cherry blossom in Japan, but I have to say this cherry blossom is totally different from a cherry blossom you have ever seen. So next April, you must come over here.
Yeah, here we go. Mao, you definitely have to.
Exactly. Oh, my friends. Okay.
CEO Chun.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, you just appeared at the very last moment, but don't worry because we are going to introduce our next online tour.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about Gyeongju next time with him.
Exactly. Her.
Oh.
No worry. I know it's a bit tough to tell.
Oh, sorry. I had
I just a
bit
profile
of
photo.
dementia lately.
Yeah, no worry. TY is also a her.
Yeah. Next April. Yes,
Next April, correct. Next April.
Because this April's gone.
Wow, how clever you are, bro. Wow.
Time flies.
So time flies.
Next
okay.
April will come sooner.
So what is this?
Well, so first I can see them
Bungee jump?
flying.
Wait,
It's flying. They're flying. Bungee jumping is more like
jump.
yeah, but it's not actually jump. They're flying.
They are flying, yeah.
flying.
Wow.
So, do you like to fly?
To be honest, I'm not a fan of flying, but I guess this will be a, how to say, the life journey if you have the chance to do this. How can you say this activity?
Well, firstly, I'm not going to give you the answer right away.
Okay, got
I
it.
think we're
As usual,
And
you won't reveal it.
we'll have a many chance to talk about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Activities, but one thing I'm going to reveal
Yep.
now is the name of the city we're going to talk
Okay,
about.
got it.
In Korean, Munkyong.
Wenqin.
Wow.
If you are living in Singapore, it's not that Wenqin, okay? It's not Bunken, it's not Bunken. Wenqin, 文起来的文，庆祝的庆，文庆. It's not the one in Singapore. Okay, 文庆.
Wow, okay, thank you for your beautiful details and explanation.
Yeah, because there's a real place whose pronunciation is totally the same as Wenqin. Yeah.
Well, actually, the Wenqing or
Mungyong,
Mungyong in Korean, it's also located in the same province where Kyungju is located.
Oh, so it's pretty close with Kyungju.
Yes. Also, it's the name of the province. What was the name of it? Gyeongsangbuk-do.
庆尚北道.
Well, here we go.
Okay.
Also, Andong is in Gyeongsangbuk-do as
Okay.
well. The first city that we talked about.
So the most famous part in Munkyong is this activity?
They have a lot of beautiful activities like that because of their natural site.
Wow. So today is more like we enjoy by our eyes, but next online tour we enjoy by our bodies.
I guess so. It's more physical,
Exactly.
brave physical experiences.
So when will be our next online tour?
Well, that will be, 11 of
August.
Also next month.
Wednesday.
Also Wednesday.
Oh yeah, next month. Yeah.
And what time? Mao? If you recall.
Yeah, Taiwanese and Singapore time, 7 p.m. Korean time, 8 p.m. Exactly.
Yeah, well.
And the host will be us again.
Oh well, you know what kind of message we leave all the time.
You know what, Justin?
What?
It may be our last time.
Okay, well. Okay, that makes me pretty exciting.
Okay, thank you, bro.
Okay. So now I think we're going to show our farewell. And hope to see you next month.
And last but not least, Huang Yan, thank you for coming and joining at the very last minute. We have to say goodbye now. Okay, so I'm Mao.
I'm Justin.
And we are
MJ.
MJ. Sarang Hail.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.